I had the opportunity to speak with a District of Columbia Metropolitan Police officer who defended the U.S. Capitol during the January 6th insurrection. Officer Michael Fanone sheds light on his experience that day. He is on a tour for an organization called Courage for America. In an exclusive one-on-one interview, Fanone tells News 19 why he's speaking out now, years after the January 6th event. Many of us remember what happened January 6, 2021. The U.S. Capitol building was attacked by supporters of then President Donald Trump. Joining us this morning here on Daybreak, we have Michael Fanone, an officer who was seriously injured that day and experienced firsthand what it was like. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
So, Michael, I guess what brings you to La Crosse?
So I'm here in La Crosse as a member of an organization known as Courage for America. This organization is made up of average, everyday Americans like myself who either in their personal lives or professional lives have adversely experienced political violence.
You've been outspoken, been a voice against the violent actions that incited the attack on the Capitol. Can you tell us more why it's important to share these messages and opinions with the public?
Well, first off, because most Americans that I encounter don't really know the severity of the attack that so many law enforcement officers experienced on January 6th. So I'm here using my experiences that day and the body-worn camera footage of my experience to help educate Americans whose elected leaders may have been feeding them misinformation about that day.
We have some body cam footage from that day. Do you mind if we show a short clip of that for our viewers?
No, go right ahead.
I got you, Mike. That's my hand when you're good. Push him back! We need your keys now! Mike, stay in there, buddy. Mike, it's Jimmy. I'm here. Mike.
What impacts does January 6th still have on you today?
I don't know if it's necessarily important what impact it has on me as an individual. It's the impact that it's had on this country. The divisiveness, still continues to this day. The threat of political violence, elected leaders, individuals who we've sent to Congress and to Washington to represent us, who still espouse the same lies that resulted in the attack on the Capitol, and who continue to ferment violence as an option in our political discourse.
Is there anything else that you would want people watching to take away from this?
I mean, I know it sounds corny, but one of the reasons I got involved in this is I have 4 daughters. And I started to really think about what kind of country am I going to leave them when I'm no longer here. And, I understand why a lot of people supported former President Donald Trump. I voted for him in 2016. And I voted for him for the same reason that millions of Americans voted for him. I thought he was going to fight for me. But what happened on January 6th was a national disgrace. And so I think it's time that, we hold our elected leaders accountable and that we choose individuals to represent us who care about the fundamentals of democracy and care about representing all of their constituents, not just the ones that support them.
Michael, thank you for joining us here this morning on Daybreak. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Fanone is on tour, sponsored by Courage for America, a progressive organization created in 2022. Many of his appearances are in contested congressional districts like the 3rd in western Wisconsin.